Hello. Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast.
That was really professional.
Eddie's super professional.
Ding.
Eddie Zamora, aka the Yummy
Now
Foodie.
recording.
It's like it's like a Zoom. Doesn't that always freak you out when the Zoom does like now recording? And I'm like, oh shit, what's in the background? Is it
Yeah. I saw a Zoom that said like live. It was a meeting and it was live. They said live.
What?
And I was like, I didn't ask. Neither did my boss, but we should have. Maybe
We should have. It is called Kill the Bottle Podcast, and we are drinking a little bit of something here. We in just a moment we'll introduce our guest. Megan and I are trying to do. Megan's doing a dry January, so God bless you. I am doing a damp January. I'm really kind of like I'm going to Miami in a couple weeks and see my dad. So I'm not gonna not. I mean, I guess I could
January.
not drink. I'd probably get a lot more shit done when I was in Miami.
A light sprinkle.
A light sprinkle of January. So Megan and I are drinking I don't know if it's pronounced Joyous or Joy US, but it's an alcohol.
Joy None.
Joy None. That's right. It should be called Joy None. It should have like a silhouette of a nun on it. And be called Joy None.
Joy None.
Yeah, I like that. See,
right.
new
copyrighted.
Like, no,
Don't
we're gonna delete that
it.
from this episode. Joyous sparkling rosé is the one we're having, and it's alcohol removed wine. And anyway,
pretty good.
it's tasty. A friend of mine who is a level 3 som recommended it to me when I was inquiring about no ABV or NA spirits, and he was like, Joyous is actually really solid, and it tastes delicious regardless of being booze
Alcohol removed. Mm-hmm. That's what I am right now. Alcohol removed.
They said it's reverse osmosis is how they do it. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I know what that means, but can we do that to you, Megan? Can we just reverse osmosis, Megan?
Osmosis something.
Listen,
me.
Osmosis you?
Sounds sexual. I don't want to do it.
Isn't it funny? Megan sounds so much more present when she's sober. I like this.
Really?
Yeah. But you sound like you're at least pretending to listen.
What was that?
Yeah, exactly. So before we get to it, because Megan's going to have to jump out. She has a hot date. I will stick around as well. But
he has teeth.
Really?
Really? Does. This one does.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe you. Are they the teeth he was born with?
Yeah, we don't know. You know?
That's see.
I think they are.
Inside joke there because she dated a guy recently that.
He lied about it, so we can joke about it. He lied about not having his teeth.
Yeah, wow. He was missing teeth.
I mean, the only reason I found out, I should have said, "Are those your fucking teeth?" Like in a conversation. The only reason I found out is because he was removing my hairpins from a jar in my bathroom and dumping them out and putting his teeth in there at night, and I didn't know. I thought I was sleepwalking and dumping out the bobby pins. Turns out when I mentioned it, he was like, "I don't have a front tooth, and this is that's how I was cleaning my teeth at night," and he didn't put them back.
So it's one front tooth.
Infamously, I asked Megan, or I told her, I said, next time he lies to you, accuse him of lying through his tooth.
He can't.
Yeah.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Anyways, the mysterious person in the back.
Mysterious person. It's one of these great moments where I get to bring a friend on the show who has such an interesting life, such an interesting story to me. And we were chatting today, and he was like, when are we going to do the show? And I was like, well, fuck, what are you doing today? Come on down.
Yeah.
So we made it work. Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast. First of all, lovely human being. Secondly, owner of the Wolves in downtown LA, one of my favorite, just aesthetically pleasing and beautiful places to go have a drink here in Los Angeles. Probably number one to me in DTLA.
Thank you.
And also works in television production. So I know it's a second AD, but I don't want to just assume that you go by second AD. What would be a title, or you would go into you just work in production?
I just tell people, I'm the janitor on movies. Kind of. I learned that from Jason Yu, one of our friends.
Yeah, Jason was on the show.
Yeah, he was like, I'm just a janitor here, and I make drinks on the side.
So this is Isaac Mejia. So welcome, Isaac. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and happy New Year to you both.
Cheers
to that.
Is it?
Cheers
no, I'm
to
just
that.
Joking.
Yeah, we can cheers to that. But Isaac, I asked him. I said, Isaac, what do you want? Because there's plenty of booze here in the pecking room, and he went right for bourbon. So bravo, drinking a little Angel's Envy. I believe port cask finish is what they do standard for Angel's Envy. It's good shit, guys. Just you've seen the bottle, fucking drink it. There's wings on the back.
I think dry January has been long gone. years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't call it dry January. I call it 30-day liver detox.
Yeah.
And I can start my year off fresh.
so,
But I've been doing the cocktails at bars, just so everyone knows. Like, I've been discovering zero proof alcohols and mocktails that people are doing. So I don't want to ever be like, don't drink and don't go out to bars and support people. But it is an interesting world now.
Yeah, and speaking of that, now that we mentioned it, how has the NA affected you as a bar owner? You know, in your menu design versus a year ago versus 2 years ago.
I think we've stuck through what we feel worked with the Wolves. You know, Nathan McCullough used to be our bar director there, and he kind of established this world where the Wolves makes everything in house. And you know, as much as we respect the zero proof alcohol, we make everything in house. We don't use zero proof alcohol, and therefore we are able to pass that savings to the customer.
Got it.
So everything comes in there. I mean, the LA Times wrote about us top 5 places for NAs, mostly because it's fresh and it's going to be around $10.
Now, is there always been NA available at the Wolf since you've been there?
Yeah. Before, it wasn't present on the menu. What we just did is just took what we had, the build the cocktails as is, and some of that stuff we just took it apart and made it that way.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And at the end of the day, it's reducing waste because, you know, chances are some of that juice or something, whatever, was going to get tossed out at some point.
And I know people are drinking less and stuff, but I think there's a whole different push now of the other way. I'm starting to feel
Why?
Yeah.
Why are we drinking more these days?
I think there's a lot of reasons.
A lot of reasons. Yeah. How much time do you have?
Yes, let's go. I just really get into it. What happened? We were doing well, and then we went back towards the booze.
Yeah, no, I think obviously there's a lot of things that, you know, dictate that economy. People don't have enough money, but sometimes some of these NA cocktails may be the same price.
Yeah,
as an alcoholic
that's
drink.
what deterred me. Like, why even spend the money?
So why the purpose is, you know, if somebody has a set budget, then they are going to just order a alcoholic drink, right?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, this sets me right for at least whatever their needs are, as opposed to having an NA and they're having 5 NAs and then it's $500 later.
Yeah. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, these as you know, the alcohol removed sparkling wine that we're having right now, I paid $30 for that bottle. Yeah, this is not sponsored, guys. I paid for that shit. And
thank you.
I did not pay for the Angel's Envy, so you know that was taken care of. But
I think the highest I paid for an NA drink was $26.50.
Was it in my hometown? Isaac was just in Miami, and he and I were messaging back and forth. I sent him to a few places, and some of them were good, and then you know some places were good but had disappointing service, which is not uncommon in my hometown. But it's getting better.
But then again, it's Miami. It's still that mentality, that vibe. It's a whole different world. And I love it. I had a lot of great experiences in the end. It's you know, I will do it over and over again. It's great.
Good. I'm glad. I'm a supporter of my hometown. It's
no one would say that about Greeley.
She's from Greeley, Colorado. So
no,
I don't even know what that was.
Thank you. Exactly. Not one person would come back and be like, man, I want to go there again.
Yeah, when people are lying that are from Greeley, but they want to say something better, where do they lie? What
Boulder.
Place? Boulder, okay.
Yeah, they'll lie. Boulder, Fort Collins, Loveland. Any place else, actually, probably in Colorado and Pueblo.
Nebraska.
I'm from Nebraska.
See, usually people lie to say they're from Miami, and then they give me their phone number or something, and I'm like, that's a 954. Don't Fort Lauderdale my ass.
Oh,
don't give me that
Hollywood
561. You're from Boca, motherfucker. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, Jerry Seinfeld's parents fictitiously lived where you're from. Get out of here.
That's funny. There was a video I saw recently of a girl, and I sent it to my family because they're from Nebraska, and she's like, can we talk about Nebraska? Like, what the fuck? Is that I forgot about it. Like, doesn't even exist. Who's from Nebraska? Can somebody on Nebraska comment here? You real? I was like, that's so true.
I mean, I gotta give props to Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if you've ever been to Omaha, but what's called Bricktown in the center of Omaha, Nebraska, downtown. It's like this one pocket where it's like cobblestone streets. You know, I wouldn't say it's more than let's say 5 to 10 block radius, but it's cool as shit. Great restaurants, great bars. It's like the one blue dot in Nebraska. Omaha has that one like speck You know what I mean? It's like that one little dot that came through during this Pineapple Express of like blue sky.
Right.
We saw. That's what that little pocket is.
Do you plan on going to Omaha, Nebraska anytime soon?
I haven't had any plans there yet. No.
Okay.
Hey, but he goes to Detroit. Detroit's awesome.
What?
Yeah,
Tell us
quite
about
often.
Detroit. Why do you go to Detroit often?
For many reasons. I think it's a great city. It's progressive. I think there's a lot of potential for investment there, and I think it's a city that invests in itself.
Yeah. I've only seen it since it started improving.
Oh.
And that was, I think, 6 years ago. And I was like, this is great. And the people there were like, it did not always used to be this great. So
No.
it was really cool when I went. I liked it.
That was
a lot.
actually my first experience, 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've seen it too. It's been kind of been rebuilt, revamped,
Super cool.
re-M&M'd.
I'm a little jealous of it.
Re-M&M. Yeah. Isn't it? It's well. In what sense?
I'm a little jealous of it because I can walk in the downtown and not feel like someone's gonna mug me for my Coney Island dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Just going to your bar. I've had moments where I have driven around, not found parking close by, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't feel great walking in that pocket sometimes, and it sucks because I love the place, you know, and but it's also like a gem now. When I find parking, I'm like, yes.
I just park in the red now, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, you're
I literally do.
this
People are
point-
looking at me like, "What?" I was like, "Nobody checks around here."
No, that's they don't got time
even
for
the
this
meter
shit.
maids are scared.
Yeah.
It's just
And I'm born and raised in downtown, so like literally, I'm born and raised 5 blocks from the Wolves.
You were?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've seen it
Oh, I've seen
over
it.
a lot of
Yeah,
years.
a lot of
I mean,
things.
over like 5-10 years. You're not that old. In 20 years.
Yeah.
It's been 1 to 20.
Grand Central Market used to be our regular supermarket. Like,
Really?
literally,
Yeah.
My mom saved enough money, and then we would have a special dinner at Clifton's. That was back.
oh
in the-
wow, yeah.
That's cool to know about the old downtown. But I only know it a little bit before COVID. 2017 is when the first time I came out here. And then COVID. And then nothing. And then now post-COVID, still kind of creepy, crazy, but a lot of up and coming, like Grand Central Market's so fun to go to. There's great bars like yours to go to, but still a little sketchy. Like a lot of people, white girls don't go like wandering downtown by
2017,
yourself.
it was kind of the height. It was starting to build. I
Yeah.
mean, GQ named downtown LA hottest downtown in America in 2017. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that 2017 was that many years ago? And people tell me like 2017, and I'll hear them be like, "Wow, man, that was 2017." I'm like, "What do you mean? 2017 was like
9 years ago.
for fuck?" I know.
If you
I'm
can
like,
do math,
what?
Eddie,
If I know,
I just wanted to make sure.
thank God I have enough fingers to go to 9. If I
Let's hope you
once I
don't get
start
to
counting toes-
2028.
What did you want to be when you were growing up? Like, how did you end up in TV production?
There was 2 different routes.
Yeah, in LA, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
The first route was always being production. As when I was 5, I was in downtown LA walking with my mom. We're walking, heading towards Wilshire, and there was a hotel there, and there was a production crew shooting there, and I was just completely in awe. And I was like, "Wow, they're shooting something here." They have like the whole, the crane, and then they had a bunch of crews. Everybody just seemed so happy, and it was Beverly Hills Cop, the original.
Yeah.
I saw Eddie Murphy, and that's probably the movie that kind of took him out there. And I told my mom, like, that's what I want to do. And then I was walking months later with my mom on Melrose, and I saw Paramount Studios. And I said, even if I want to be a janitor, I just want to be inside a studio. It doesn't matter how.
Now, to this day, are you still in awe of it?
Yeah.
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 Do you ever have to just pinch yourself, or what makes having been around sets for so long? What brings you to that realization that those awe moments?
Sometimes, you get so involved with the work that you forget, like, how special it is. Because, you just focus, make sure everything happens, and then safety, whatever it is going on, make sure we get our day. And then I'm shooting something, which I was Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then we're coordinating a fight between stormtroopers and Jedis, and, good versus bad. And I'm like, you take like 5 seconds to be like, literally, we're in a whole different universe, and people like are nerding out about this around the world. And that's when it hits. You're like, I just killed a bunch of stormtroopers today.
Now, what would be the biggest misconception people have as far as your as far as second AD? Like, what do people think that is versus what is your day to day? Like the boxes you check.
I think people think it's more glamorous than what it is. I'm more of thinking ahead. Everything I got to think ahead. Yeah, what can go wrong will go wrong. We always have backups to the backups, and that's kind of how I run the Wolves now.
Yeah, I was like, how that makes you the perfect bar owner.
Yeah, that does.
But the staff is all a little weirded out. Why would that happen? That's never going to happen. And then it happens, and they're like, what? You know, and that's something that's trained me. The movie industry's trained me. You're like, something's going to happen. But also, movies have bigger budgets than the Wolves, you know? So if you have backups to the backups to the backups, that costs money.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, that's good. What was your first job?
My first job ever was Sizzler. I was a dishwasher at Sizzler.
My father-in-law would be so jealous. He is a Sizzler fiend.
I still have people that are fans of Sizzler.
There's one.
I have a friend named Heather that wants to go constantly. I'm like, no, Heather. I don't
There's
wanna
one
go
in Los Feliz right across from, guys, get ready, grab your glass, Costco.
There's
one right across from Costco.
That's a game here. Yeah. There's one by Inglewood by SoFi Stadium. I think it's a Sizzler.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it's
There's
a Sizzler.
definitely one in Norwalk.
Yeah. Ooh, there's one in Norwalk. So anyway, you worked at Sizzler. Any celebrity moments at Sizzler?
Oh, hell no. Not at all, man.
Different world.
It'd be awesome if that's where like celebrities would take their side woman. They would be like, or their side guy.
They know to hide.
Go to Sizzler.
No one will see us there.
I have to say that's probably the roughest job I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was it rough?
I don't know. It was just so intense, and I had really mean bosses. I had mean servers. It was just all around. For my break, I couldn't wait to just like not be in there. And then luckily I went to Long Beach State. I ended up getting a work study program, which I was making triple the amount of money that I was making at Sizzler.
Wow.
So I left. And after that, and that work study was basically checking out film equipment to the graduating class.
Oh.
Yeah.
That worked out.
Yeah. And I literally worked under this guy named Isaac, and his last name was De La Rocha. And he was telling me, he's like, I have a nephew. He's like, I have a nephew that has a band. He used to be a rapper. He's kind of a struggling rapper, but now he has
that is.
Yeah. And then I looked at his band. And I was like, oh, cool. That's good. And then fast forward later, Rage Against the Machine happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a great video of him like walking down the street and somebody like, you're blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, man, that's not me. and he's like, no, you are. He's like, no, it's not me.
You said there were two different paths you could take. What was the second one?
The other path was becoming a priest.
That was it?
Yeah.
Those were the two choices you...
That's it.
I think you opted for the correct one.
Well, it's two different worlds. I think the idea was to concentrate on exorcisms.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, why?
She needs one.
I need one.
Yeah, please.
I'm very interested now.
You know, it's funny you mentioned this because not too long ago have I revisited this thought.
Exorcisms? Mm-hmm. Oh, gosh, go
just
for
becoming
it.
a priest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's, I guess, an age limit before you can apply. And I still got
There's definitely no age limit for the boys in Catholic churches. Yeah. What'd I say?
Stop.
Is there?
I know where you're going. You stop it.
I'm sorry.
No, you
I'm
can't.
sorry. I can't
Listen,
help
we
it.
are talking about the Lord and Savior.
can't
Can
help
we
it.
go back to what?
No, lightning didn't hit me.
Can we go back to the Exorcist
Sorry about that.
conversation?
Sorry.
There's
So
an
I
age
got
limit.
a good 10 years before I can make a decision and go and jump back into it.
You would, though?
I think I would.
Are you like a good person? That sounds bad.
He's a very good person.
Are you a religious person?
I feel like I'm an okay person, but I'm not a religious person.
Okay.
I think I'm a fan of theology.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you have to go into that.
No.
If you're a fan of theology, you could go study theology.
Yeah.
And you could teach that anywhere. I went to Catholic.
Megan's trying to talk you out of it.
Don't do it. I went to Catholic school, and I'm not religious whatsoever. And I would make a lot of jokes about Catholicism when I was there, but I did love when we finally got to our third year theology class where we got to learn world religion. And then I was like I was like, this is cool to see like all these different beliefs. And I think they waited to like brainwash you until your third year to make sure you didn't believe in that and any what they were saying. But I was like, who's to say? I would always be like, who's to say they're not right?
But here's something that I don't think most people can say that pushed me into that path. In 1987, I met John Paul II. So he came to my school and I met him. He gave me a little heart. And then in junior high, I met Mother Teresa and I got a hug from her.
Good.
So
Lord.
how many people can say they've met both? And
No.
I got a hug from one of the last living saints.
It's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you go ahead.
I remember he made a visit to Miami when I was a kid, and my grandmother, if I remember correctly, I mean, it was my grandmother, but they were like, we need to go see John Paul. So we went and waited in line, and it felt like an eternity. When you're like a little kid, it may have only been like 3 hours, but for me, it felt like I was there the whole day. I don't know how long I was there. And it was just so the Pope Mobile could go by. And we saw the Pope Mobile, he waved, and I was like, all right, fuck, that's literally what we came out here to see.
I'm not allowed within 100 feet of the Pope, I think. And the Pope Pope didn't come visit Greeley, Colorado. It wasn't on his list of places to go.
No. Well, I mean, maybe the Pope now, he's from Chicago. He's
maybe
like,
he
what
kind
I
of,
mean?
yeah. Well,
I like
that guy's drank Malort before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
I like him
too.
Have you guys seen, speaking of the new Knives Out movie?
I did.
Because it's based on... I kind of like. It's a good story. Like it's a good a priest story. I think it's cool to see that.
Those films in general are pretty well done. They're thoroughly entertaining. It's not the best movie I've ever seen. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. Right. I don't feel like I wasted 2 hours of my life when I've seen any one of the Knives Out movie.
But this one's about religion specifically.
Yeah.
It does have a
Josh
good message.
Brolin.
It does have a good message to it.
Daniel Craig. Mm-hmm. Glenn Close. Yeah, I mean it's a star-studded cast of really great acting. Actually,
I enjoyed Conclave. Did you guys see that?
I did. I thought it should have won. I thought it should have won.
Good.
I thought it was well written. I think it's like it really does show kind of what would go on behind the doors of a Catholic election. Basically, is what it is, but not really. It's what everyone thinks like God's telling them, but really, it's like a whole sort of election sort of idea to how the Pope is chosen,
right?
And how they kind of try to get themselves in there. So it's and the secrets behind it and how it ends is it was the best movie I thought that year.
I think the twist is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't get myself to watch it. Yeah, I think in the last few years, it's been challenging for me to want to watch movies. I get really sucked into good dramatic series. Mm-hmm. I feel like sometimes in a movie, there's not enough time to tell the story, and I want more. And I enjoy watching it could be a mini series. I don't need like a 5-season thing, but just where they have a little bit more time for expository and just getting into the marrow, I guess, of some of the characters. Sometimes I feel like you don't get that in a movie. Okay. And then anything having to do with like church stuff is just
it's funny though. It's good.
The thing is, it actually looks good.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I like the entire cast. So I can't talk shit about it. I just couldn't.
It's well acted. I recommended it to people that are not Catholic, Muslims and Buddhists, and they were like, "This is a very good movie."
Yeah, it's more than it's about the mystery behind it, but it's more than just. It's not about Catholicism specifically. It's about human nature and what people do.
It did offend a lot of Catholics though at the end because of the twist.
Yes, yeah. So then that should get you to watch it.
Oh, I mean, look.
What was your? Did we ask what your favorite project was to work? I haven't been drinking, so I'm losing my memory.
That's funny because I remember more when I'm not drinking, so this is great.
I forget.
Yeah.
I have this one project. It's not a big project, but it's just memorable because everyone on that was so lovely to work with, from the director that usually dictates the tone of the set and all the way to anybody, the caterer. It was awesome. The movie called Smoking Aces.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ryan Reynolds, Alicia Keys, Ray Liotta.
R.I.P. Man.
Ryan. Who else was in that? It was just so many. Jeremy Pivens. A bunch of nobodies. And and it was a low budget movie, believe it or not. They just took scale because they wanted to do this project.
Right. And who directed that?
Joe Carnahan.
Yeah,
his first movie was Narc.
Okay. Yeah, with Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Great movie. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So it's walking away feeling like close to everyone you worked with, and sad you're walking away from it versus like, oh, finally that's done.
It's one of those days where it's one of those projects that where you just wake up and you're like, oh, I enjoy going to work. Like you said, it's just like, it doesn't feel like work. We shot on Lake Tahoe, we shot in Vegas, we shot in LA. Actually, it was one of the first projects of, what's his name? Captain Kirk. Chris Pine.
Oh, really?
Like William Shatner?
Yeah.
William Shatner.
Yeah. Bill?
Yeah. Which he's became like a good friend afterwards. He recognized me all the time. Chris Pine was lovely then, and he's lovely now.
Yeah, I remember seeing him one time at the Rose Bowl flea market of all things.
Really?
And he was so nice to people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could just, people were coming up to him and he was just like, yeah, I'm looking at old furniture and I want to buy some shit, but hey, how are you? And he was taking pictures. He was nice. He just seemed like a nice guy. It's not an easy place to deal with people.
Yeah.
You're trying to haggle with some furniture dude who's selling 1950s Danish furniture and people keep tapping you on the shoulder to try to take a picture with you.
The furniture guy's like, should I know you?
Is that the Danish accent?
Should I know you? I don't know
He's
it.
Russian all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hello.
Should I know you? How much for couch? I think million. Yes. See.
So how do you go from that to getting involved in the Wolves?
Oh yeah, it was. I think it's called stupidity.
Yeah, I mean, fair. You know,
Well, this is a great
join the
podcast.
club.
Have a great night.
Hey, I walked in. Megan's like, "What season are we in?" 11. How are we still poor?
What is going on?
Yeah,
So
dumb.
what?
Anyway.
How it was stupidity? What stupidity happened?
No, I think I've always been attracted to hospitality. There's several bars that kind of shaped me throughout. I think what shaped the Wolves and shaped the whole concept and the idea of bringing people together and just creating a space, which is kind of what I do with movies, creating something to entertain people. And now it's the Wolves is creating a space to entertain people, right? When people come in and they're in awe and the space, what it looks like, and then the hospitality. And then when they go home, they're like, that cocktail was very good. And it wasn't the cocktail, it was the people behind it. It's always that, because anybody can make a good cocktail. Well, almost anybody.
Well, yeah. And anybody can make a good cocktail taste like shit.
Yeah.
I can name a few bars that I go to that I'm like, this is a great drink, but you're an asshole.
Miami.
I mean, which is funny. The one bar that he had that experience at, I had a wonderful experience at, and it just goes to show you never know, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's why you got to give a place a second shot, but.
Oh no! What were the bars that shaped you? Were they out here?
Yeah, Varnish.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Varnish was completely, rest in peace, Varnish. I always talk about that bars and tell everybody it was the best bar, my favorite bar of all time.
It's the first time I went to a bar out here that really I understood what the craft cocktail experience was.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I was like, whoa, this is like New York.
Yeah.
They
They were doing their thing, and there was a bar called Library Bar inside the Roosevelt back in the day where it was just a one-man show, and it was the first time that I saw no menu, and the first time that I saw a $25 cocktail, and that was like 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was there
is it
caviar in that cocktail?
Yeah. It was,
It was just a farm to table concept,
Okay.
and I think it was probably the first time. And then random bars that you would never thought of. There's a place called Carbon in Culver City that's still there. I don't know if it's still the same concept. It was just a very narrow bar. You walked in and it was just your normal dive bar with a little hip hop, but there was something about it that it made you feel like special. And it created this want to come over and be a regular there. Yeah.
Is that entrepreneurship just something that's been, that you've seen in your family, or are you really the first one to kind of take that step?
I think I'm the first one. I'm the first and only person to drink in my family too. Yeah, nobody else drinks in my family. There's never alcohol in the house.
what?
Yeah.
And you're Mexican?
Yeah. Oh, I'm half Mexican.
Oh, you're. Oh, okay.
Only the good half.
I'm like, you come into a Cuban household. Like, my parents didn't drink, but you could dust off those terrible bottles of like Johnny Walker
Really?
Red Label. Oh, it was awful. Ugh. Like, yeah. And as a kid, I think that's why they put Red Label in the fucking house. So if you're a little kid and you try to drink it, it's
Ooh,
disgusting.
parenting advice.
Yeah,
Red
put
Label.
really terrible booze.
Awful tasting booze in
And
your
I'm sorry,
house.
if you like Johnny Walker Red Label, God bless you. I just can't drink it.
For some reason, I thought it was in my house,
the black
too. I think
and
it's
the blue
intentional.
and the green label and like those I can do. The gold, it's great. The red one's it's unpalatable.
I don't think I've had the red one.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, I think that's probably a good reason to get people out of your house. You give them something really shitty.
Or Fireball.
You cannot have any more Angel's Envy.
Look at his face or Fireball.
It's disgusting.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so fucking
Actually,
gross.
I'm starting to gain a disdain for it. Gain a disdain. That's my new band
Look
name.
at that. Put that on a hat.
Gain a disdain.
Yeah.
That's my new bar. I'm gonna open a bar called Gain the Disdain.
But how did it come about? Did
So-
you find a listing? Did you say I want to go look for a bar to buy? Like,
No,
Or invest.
I had some partners that initiated this because I had kind of this idea or dream like 20 years plus, but I never had the money or the smarts for it. And obviously, I don't have a hospitality background. So jumping into something like this was very scary. And one of my partners was a set dresser on Mad Men. And I talked to him, and he owned a different bar in downtown back then. And
The set dresser of Mad Men would own a bar. That's exactly what I would think he would be
they
doing.
They were pouring like Seagrams and Seven.
Or she. Is he?
and
That's exactly what I would imagine.
and I told him, I was like, hey, I heard you own a bar.
Jeez.
Fuck, sorry, dude. I keep hitting
Oh, man,
everything.
this non-alcoholic thing, we got to cut
I
you off.
know. All right.
Sorry, you keep going.
I told him, I was like, I heard you own a bar. You have any advice for anybody that wants to get in this business? And he's like, yes, don't. He's like, it's the worst idea ever.
That's what I always
and
hear.
He completely shut me down. And I was like, okay. And then a year and a half later, he gives me a call. He's like, hey, remember that talk we had? And that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you open another one somewhere else, or is this it? This is your baby?
I think this is it.
Okay.
It's
like having another kid. That's what I'm asking. Like, would you have another one?
If I would, it would probably be in a different state.
Yeah, I bet with all the licensing and the stuff you have to keep up with, I'm sure.
Maybe Detroit.
Detroit, there you go.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've been to Detroit when you said Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, that's a thing of being. Megan has to leave in a few minutes, so I wanted to play a little game.
Yeah.
So, how this game came about, I heard some folks in conversation, and they were talking about how there's like hilarious porn parodies of stuff, and they were saying that they had run into like a Mortal Kombat video game porn parody. Ooh. And I said, "Oh, I wonder how many porn parodies exist of food television shows." And anyway, I took a deep dive, and I have a few questions, just yes or no. And I want you to,
we were just talking about Jesus.
Answer, is there a porn parody of this show? Okay? Easy concept.
True or false?
Yeah, just yes or no.
Yes or no.
Chef's Table.
Yes.
No.
It's a no. Yeah, too serious. Probably too many violins.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I would say no.
Well, there's a table. I mean, you could do a lot with a table,
no,
I guess.
But I mean, the play on words and the variety of it, there's nothing I could think of off the top of my head. That'd be funnier. Give me another name.
Chopped.
Cocked. Yes, there is.
No.
Yeah, there's a Chopped porn parody. There is a Megan is 2
yeah, she
for
definitely
2.
knows her porn.
Yeah, I know.
My porn names.
And, I may have mixed in some of Isaac's projects here. End of Watch.
No.
End of Crotch. Yes.
No.
Go!
No, there's none in End of Watch. Iron Chef.
Yes.
No.
Yes, there is some Iron Chef porn out there. So, come on, the Great British Bake Off.
Damn.
Great British Take Off My Clothes. Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
No, there's no right. Wait, you know what? You could produce it. Suicide Squad.
Oh,
Sorry, he worked on that.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I'm oh goshing the porn part of that.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'll leave it at that. That was it. All right, good. So, do they make a porn parody of it? Thank you. I'm going to bring this back every once in a while, guys. So
I just want to come up with the names for them. That's the best part. All right, I have some rapid fire questions for you. What is your favorite fruit?
Kumquat.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are in season right now, right?
I think they're about to be. Yeah.
I'm trying to cook with them. It's weird that you said that because I was like, how do I cook with this shit? And then all of a sudden it comes up again.
I've had it a lot in cocktails.
Yeah.
Kumquat mojitos.
I'm just on porn in my head with everything you just said. Kumquat cocktails. I can't even.
Sounds like a
Megan,
porn.
no booze.
Yes,
She starts thinking about porn. Yeah.
Favorite vegetable?
Avocado. Oh, wait, it's a fruit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
It's green.
Cilantro.
Cilantro. Favorite protein? You can do seafood and like land food if you want.
Ceviche.
So like any fish in ceviche that you can. Okay, good. You want to know what I want to do with this? I want to write these down and I'm going to try to make like a dish.
Yeah,
all that
I
stuff.
figure. I hope so.
I'm not bored with my sobriety. A ceviche with kumquats and cilantro.
Actually,
That's
that would work.
easy.
It's a tropical ceviche.
That would work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Thanks, everybody. I'm just kidding. I have a date.
Speaking of dinner, the food at the Wolves is actually really good as
We've
well.
had it. Haven't we both been there and eaten there?
I don't know if you have.
I think you took me there.
I don't think so.
It was a while ago.
I don't know.
Okay.
I drink a lot.
No, you didn't. You took me there.
Was that something you made a conscious effort to, or was the kitchen already there? How did that come about? Because just from experience, bars and great food don't always align, and not because they don't want to. They don't have the kitchen. They don't have the support staff. Whatever.
Right.
What was your process with that?
So the kitchen was not there. I mean, it was an old internet cafe, so everything was built out.
Internet cafe.
Literally.
Gen Zers are like, what's that?
You literally walked in and there was terminals upstairs where a bunch of computers were lined up. People spent $10 an hour and they surfed the internet. that was it. That was that space.
Don't take a black light to any of the space
I don't know
upstairs.
what happened up there. The kitchen had
Iron
many...
Chef happened.
Yes.
Not chef's table.
In the kitchen. The kitchen had many evolutions till we got it right. And I think the problem was that we were trying to have the kitchen be as excellent as the cocktails. When we finally realized that they needed to be the supporting role to the main star. And when you start to have people or stuff competing, it's not going to work, especially if you're, I feel we make Michelin star cocktails. We don't make Michelin star food.
But it's really good.
Yeah, I know it's really good, but it's good enough to be the supporting. Every star needs a supporting. So our cocktails are the star, our food's the supporting.
It's great that you even, have that in the forethought because, for example, I'll through my role, I'll have to host events and I will be like a cocktail menu with a food pairing. And I can't tell you how much I have to stress sometimes that the cocktails have to, because I work for a a liquor brand. Mm-hmm. The cocktails need to outshine the food. Mm-hmm. Just by a little bit. It doesn't have to be by a lot, but they have to. If not, it just gets lost. And it's just a breath of fresh air to even hear that.
Yeah. I mean, there's places that there's no competition. You go to Bestia, the cocktails are the supporting to the food because the food's amazing. Yeah. But there's places like that they don't have to be.
I got to try that place again because I had the most mediocre meal at Bestia, which Bavel, their sister restaurant, is my favorite.
I like Bestia over Bavel.
Wow. See, I had the
you guys
the
have opposite
shittiest meal.
experiences.
I had the shittiest meal at Bestia, and I was like, it was expensive. It was really expensive too.
What'd you have? Do you remember?
I remember having an uni pasta, and it was like not fresh uni. Tasted like battery, like when you were a kid and you put your tongue on a 9-volt battery, which. Again, these Gen Zers don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Which I love that feeling. So
yeah. maybe that's why Bestia is good. They bring out a plate of 9 volts.
Now I understand. I love that.
But that's the one dish that stood out to me that I was like, fuck, this is not good. Mm-hmm. And the pasta was overcooked. It was just blah.
An off night, maybe?
Yeah. But I went for like an anniversary. It was expensive.
Where is it again?
In Arts District.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I have been there. I've been there twice, I think, and I think
it's right by the factory kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's across from Damian.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't been to Damian yet.
Me either.
Okay.
I have.
And
very expensive, very good.
Oh, okay.
But like for what I'm spending, I would like to my whole dish to be explained. Like I want the whole service for what you're spending. Like $32 for a ceviche. Mm-hmm. And it's not that much. I understand the ingredients are high quality, but that's too much. It's too much.
I go to my ceviche spot. They only sell by the kilo, and they only take cash, and no women work there. But it's the best
by the
ceviche
kilo.
By the kilo,
and they only take cash.
Yeah. And it's literally the best ceviche you ever had.
Are you gonna give it away?
Yeah, it's like
are women allowed in there?
Like, yeah, they're allowed, definitely. It's like $15 for a kilo.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, Whole Box has ceviche for way less than $32.
I went to Whole Box on Saturday for lunch, and I've been a handful of times, and every time it's really fucking.
Was
good.
the line long?
So they opened at 11:30. I got there at 11:05. There were about 10 people in line, so I got in very quickly.
Yeah,
and whatever. Waited 20 minutes, and it was 100% worth it.
Guess who got on the tasting menu for February 25th at 6:30 at that?
Oh, you're taking me for my birthday?
No,
Great.
it's just for one. I
Asshole.
put down for just one.
She's an asshole.
Sorry.
I'm planning on doing the tasting menu there. Yeah,
You have to get on the first day of the month because that's when they release the reservations for that.
Yeah, on Resi.
And even then, I had to sign up for anything that opened up because I couldn't get it.
And they got their Michelin star. Yes. And if you want to taste uni that tastes like it's supposed to taste, not like batteries, the uni there was spectacular. I had the uni ceviche on Saturday, and it's phenomenal.
You know what other place is spectacular, and I may say is better than Holbox?
I believe it.
Ceviche Project.
Where's that?
It's in Silver Lake.
Okay.
It's been written a lot.
But better for their ceviche?
Huh?
Or do you think better ceviche? Because, I mean, there's other things I ordered a whole bunch that I really enjoyed.
No, ceviche, aguachiles, all the traditional stuff over there. Octavio is the owner and the cevichero. And he is a magician when it comes to ceviche.
It looks really nice,
I've heard wonderful things about that Hummingbird place that's on Alameda. I think it's called Hummingbird.
Okay.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
I forgot this is a podcast. You can get online and look at the video on YouTube, guys. All right, I am going to skedaddle. I have a dinner reservation, speaking of. I'm so sorry. This is
She has a guy
last
with
minute.
all his teeth.
Yeah, here we go.
For now.
It was lovely talking to you.
Likewise.
Have fun, guys. Thanks
you.
for this non-alcoholic
Megan, you better
wine.
drink that shit. That was expensive. Fucking drink it. Sorry. There it is. And
You
it's
can
gone.
watch that on YouTube.
I'm just waiting to see if she burps.
Nope, I'm not like you.
I fart.
I don't think I can get out.
Go that way.
I'm going this way.
Look at you. You see?
You guys are lovely. Bye.
Bye.
So anyway, on that note, is there any bar? You know, because I think part of this industry is, you can be a trailblazer and innovate, but then there's always certain aspects of things that are just aspirational. And I know you're a fan of our mutual friend Souther Teague. But is there any bar or any restaurant that is really aspirational for you, that if the Wolves could get to that level or surpass that level, that would be a goal?
I think that's a good question, because I struggle with that question a lot, because there's different roads to that, right? There's one road where you get all the awards and accolades, and maybe financially you're not doing well. And that's always the time to be scared of, like, do I want to take that road, or do you want to take the road of, okay, the main priority, which it is to pay the bills and pay the staff and not go out of business and be relevant at the same time. So there's a fine line to dance, which I think we do well, and I'm trying to do well, but I can never lose focus of what the reality is. There's I've traveled around the world, and I've been inspired by many bars, especially in Asia. They have above and beyond bars. New York, obviously, they started it all. But I always have to think back, because we're in a different time all around, and we're in a different city where even 30 minutes away makes a difference, from downtown
100%.
to West Hollywood to the West Side. It makes a complete difference. I had a conversation with another bar owner on Melrose. I'm not going to say who he is, but he said if the Wolves was over here, you'd be making X and X sort of money, because we have basically the same program, just not the same clientele.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I think I aspire to be, if I had it all, a bar in Tokyo, Japan, Benfetic, where you get to a point where you are really enjoying making a cocktail, no matter, with not having the troubles of like paying stuff or worrying about if you're going to make money. I think you get to that level of like a show-off bar. But in the end, you have to have a space that is reliable and makes sense.
Was there ever a drink you had that was that light bulb drink? Like, that was that walking by the set in downtown LA, seeing Beverly Hills Cop being shot, and inspired you drink?
Yeah. I've never been asked that question. I should have that. Because, I started drinking very late in my age. I started drinking at 28 almost, which is very late, But I think that was for the best, because I didn't do that whole college. I'm going to just drink Midori sours and Adios motherfuckers. And,
Oh my God.
and stuff
Long
like
Island
that.
iced teas?
Yeah, so I just kind of skipped the whole thing,
Yeah.
even though I had one night where I probably had like 22 MGDs, and I don't drink beer because I hate beer. That's the thing. I hate beer completely. And, nothing against beer drinkers, but I just don't like the taste of it. Or
It's
the
just not
smell.
for you. Yeah.
And I've tried, obviously, 22 in one night.
I mean, it is the champagne of beers.
Yes.
No, that's the High Life. Sorry, not MGD.
The other
my
one's
bad.
MGDs, I think they call it Mexicans getting drunk. Yeah. But that one cocktail that kind of just turned everything, it might have been the Gibson.
In Chicago?
No, just a cocktail.
Oh,
I
got
don't
it.
remember where I had it. I don't remember where I had it. But the simplicity, I'm a savory person. So the simplicity and the complexity at the same time, and just feeling it, and you're like, oh, there's onions in my drink. Back then, I didn't really know much about, whole craft cocktail and stuff like that, and the history behind it. And now I appreciate it more than then. But that like shook my palate, and you're like, wow, this is great. And then obviously things evolved, and when you get more experimental, with people playing with different flavors of like stuff they like to eat and stuff like that into their cocktails, and that gets fun.
Yeah, there's definitely at a certain point, if you walk into a Uber craft place and they can't make a Gibson, or they can't make a Vesper Martini.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, you still got to be able to knock out all of the classics. There's always going to be somebody in a party that doesn't want to order, something with 15 ingredients.
Correct.
They had a rough day and they're like, you know what? I need to start out with a martini, a dirty ass martini today.
I mean, in the end, you can make an amazing cocktail with 15 ingredients, like you said, but then people will go back to their rum and coke or gin and tonic, and those people will probably order 7 and 8 of them because they're used to that, as opposed to the one drink. But yeah, you're right. I've been to places where I usually ask if they have cocktail onions, and if they don't, then obviously I'm not even going to bring it up.
Do you have cocktail onions? Do you have these little tiny onions in this?
The good answer is like, why? Do you want a Gibson? And,
that is the right answer.
Yeah, and others be like, why? What are you asking for? And I'm like, oh, never mind.
Now, 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Hopefully it's still open. I think that's the goal, to be to survive. I think we're all here on survival mode and see where it's at. And it's the future seems very uncertain, which is scary. But it's also fun at the same time, because I think what the pandemic gave us was a blank slate to move forward and innovate. Because what I've seen in this business, from, like I said, I'm fairly new to it, is that you got to keep evolving. I think a lot of places become comfortable and stagnant. And I think with people's short attention span, they stop coming.
Yeah, I mean, I've short attention spans. I keep having recent interactions. That doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway, I've had recent interactions with short attention spans, and I've always prided myself in having good social skills without being inauthentic. Just being myself and being okay being myself. I wasn't always like that, but it's something I developed over time. And I've met, a bunch of people in the last few months that their attention spans are very low. They happen to be, younger. And I say to myself, how are they going to do anything without having a phone in front of them? How are they going to get anything done? But is there a future in that? In the sense of what I'm saying is, they're probably the ones that are better off, because everybody's going to be in that world at some point. And that social skill set that your hospitality industry has, that I have, that you have, is that just a lost commodity?
I think that's something to be said, because it's funny you mentioned this, because you're the one that got me into ChatGPT.
Yeah,
and
it's
now
great.
I use it a lot, but at the same time, a lot of the times I feel bad about it, because I'm like, why am I using this? Am I getting dumber? Am I thinking less? I still try to use my brain as much as possible, but the easier you make things, I think the lazier people get, or the more you don't really know how it's done.
But I think lazy people were always going to get lazy. I think you give people like you or I a ChatGPT, and we're going to become 10 times more efficient. We're going to just create more, whatever that is. We're just going to be able to achieve more and do more in less amount of time, because we're not focused in certain levels of minutia. Like for me, I will use it to organize things. I will use it to organize thoughts. I will have quote unquote diarrhea of the mouth into ChatGPT, and I'll be like, put this into 5 segments for me of my show. This is what I want to talk about today. And it'll help me organize. Then I'll go back and I'll edit or whatever. But sometimes putting that pen to paper to create those 5 segments, I'm using this as an example.
Very hard.
I've wasted so much time trying to do, where this kind of it's like having a assistant.
Yeah.
That's the way I try to look at it, so that I'm still exercising my brain and being creative with it, but it's exponentially getting more things done.
No, I mean, that's true. It's all how you use it and not abuse it, right?
Yeah. So I've been struggling with that lately. So I ask, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because I'm always asking myself that.
Yeah.
And I like to hear what people have to say. I think I'm in my mid 40s, and as every year goes by, I care less about things that I cared more about before. Don't not sweating the small stuff.
Yeah,
and it's always fun to hear somebody who I have so much respect for, and is again one of the good people out there. No, it's the truth. And I'm a personal friend of yours. You're a personal friend of mine. I will reach out to you regardless of working in this industry or not. And I think it's important for people to have those conversations, to at least get that thought process going, to get see how they're feeling about this technology, see how they're feeling about. I mean, Isaac, I hosted. I won't say what I was doing, but I was hosting something. And I had two people in their, let's say, early to mid 20s that I was hosting through this. And these were somewhat successful, I guess, what people would deem successful people. Mm-hmm. And they had, when I'm telling you, zero skills and zero personality. And I was blown away by it. Blown away by because I don't know, part of my social media is me being me, and it's real. It was one of my moments of realizing, holy shit, so many people are just not being themselves.
Were they social media people as well?
Yes, I'm alluding to that, but yeah, they were social media people, and you see it all the time. But my point is, for the folks listening, is don't put too much credence in who you follow online, present company included, and in thinking that everything is how it looks. I try to be as genuine on my stuff, but there's days where I don't want to fucking do anything, and I'm up here smiling doing something. So that you have to bite the bullet and do it. So anyway, that's my bit. I don't know why I went on this fucking tangent. It was in the back of my mind today, and anyway, I just had diarrhea of the mouth. So it is your perfect day in LA. Mm-hmm. Where are you having breakfast? Where are you having lunch? Where are you having dinner? And then what are you doing for drinks? And you can't say the Wolves.
Okay. I hardly drink at the Wolves. I like going to other spaces, as people may have noticed, to support. Not only that, but
to quote Tony Montana, don't get high on your own supply.
No, not at all. Breakfast. That's an interesting one. Okay, let's skip breakfast for now and go to lunch and go back to breakfast. Lunch, I'm going to a place called Pho Ga District in Rosemead Boulevard, in the city of Rosemead, I believe. They have the best, for people that don't know, Pho Ga is Vietnamese chicken soup. But the way they prepare their chicken, it's unheard of. It's bone in. You can have it bone out as well, but just the taste of the broth is unheard of. That to me is the perfect lunch, because it's not too heavy, not too light. For dinner is a place I go with Souther a lot. Souther Teague is which I introduced him, and he's like, "Man, this place is so good." Taylor's in Koreatown.
Okay.
Yeah. Classic. You go in there, you have a prime rib, big ass piece for $49, which would probably be double that anywhere else. And then you get a bartender there that's probably pushing 70. He's gonna shake your Manhattan, and but it's okay.
Put a big ass red cherry in it. Yeah.
But it's it's just that whole traditional feeling. You're not there to get blown away by these cocktails. It's just, these are good stiff cocktails to go with your steak. And the ambiance, just how long it's been there. And the fact that Taylor's sits in Koreatown, where you step out and nothing looks around like it,
Yeah.
It's so cool. Back to breakfast.
Well, don't forget drinks.
Oh, yes. Drinks.
Drinks and then breakfast, We'll
Drinks,
go in reverse.
I'm a hopping person, So I would have one drink somewhere and then continue. Okay. If I was in downtown LA, I'd probably start drinking at a Redbird with our friend Tobin down there.
Amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then maybe walk down to Mermaid and have a little tiki action. And then walk back up to Spring Bar to support those boys there. And which is actually, this is probably what I do on Saturdays anyway. And then jump down to Rhythm Room off of Spring Tune, our neighbors, hear a little live music and have a drink. And then go up to Florentine to check out the rooftop. and have a cocktail there. And then I probably take an Uber down to Thunderbolt, and finish off the night there.
Yeah, you definitely want to Uber there because you don't want to walk around that neighborhood.
Yeah. And plus it's like a 34-minute walk.
Thunderbolt, I go there, I'm like, oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah. And then I think that'd be one night.
By that time, you're at breakfast. Is it just Denny's after that, or what?
Yeah. Breakfast is a hard one. I don't think I have like a favorite breakfast place. I'm trying to think of like what's the perfect breakfast. I mean, the last time there was a breakfast that blew me away, I was like in Mexico having a birria, like in Rosarito or something, off the side of the highway. At a little small place where the tortillas was piled up on top of a rock.
Without naming names, what is the craziest like writer request you've heard of when you're on set that somebody asked for?
I've experienced the green M&Ms.
Where somebody was like, I only want the green M&Ms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was one. A certain bottled water. Forgot how you pronounce it. It's Vita or something like that. It's like a purple label. Only that.
I used to drink water out of a hose.
Right?
Okay. I was born in the late 70s.
Remember there was like a water menu at LACMA at the bar there?
I never went.
There was literally a menu and it had all different waters. And there was like water starting at $7 all the way to like $45 for a glass of water.
It's like melted Arctic. No sé qué carajo.
Yeah. Ray's was the bar in there. Yeah. What else? I feel like I haven't had some weird ones that I just kind of blocked off on purpose,
I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm always amazed at like the crazy shit.
Oh. Yeah. I had an actor that would not go to set unless he would watch a couple minutes off the movie Samurai by Tom Cruise in the middle of us being ready for him.
That's impressive. It's a good movie. Man, I got nothing against the movie.
But I had no idea what he wanted to watch it right then and there. And it's like, where? So we sent a teamster out to go. Back then it was DVDs and bring the
trust
movie.
The process.
Yeah.
Trust the process. The funny thing is, like, if the performance doesn't match after going through all that hoop, all the pageantry, and then you fucking suck.
We're not watching. I mean, we weren't shooting nothing near a samurai movie, so I didn't get it.
Lastly, before I let you go, I really want to acknowledge you for being such a good caretaker of your mom.
Oh, thank you.
As somebody who goes through and has been through challenges, whether it was my mom when she passed away in 2006 and her illness, and then going through my father now with Alzheimer's, it's really easy to ignore family, to ignore parents. We're not built that way, but you see people do it really easily. So I want to acknowledge you for that.
Thank you.
So, guys, check out The Wolves in downtown Los Angeles. It is a time warp in a good way. Walking into that space feels like you are in another world. Great service, great drinks, great ownership. Guys, rate, review, please subscribe if you like what you're seeing. We really appreciate you spending a little time with us. The only thing we don't get back in life is time, and I want to acknowledge you for spending some of your precious time here with me and with Megan on Kill the Bottle. Same thing for the audience, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you next week.
Thank you.